Alright, we're looking at a problem here from lesson 6, and it says to find the average rate of change of city B over the interval of 0 to 40, and that we're supposed to use the point 40, 210. Now, it also gives us some information about a couple of cities, right? City A and city B. The question, however, only talks about city B, doesn't it? This means that we don't even need to worry about city A, so we can just cross this out so it won't confuse us at all. Now, I circled in yellow the phrase rate of change. That's what we're supposed to find, is the rate of change. But I want you, whenever you hear the word rate or the phrase rate of change, you should think of this, because this is what it's really asking. Think slope. In fact, whenever you hear the word rate, you can think slope. So what we're being asked about is finding the slope of a line that goes through a couple points in this graph. Okay, now the other thing it talks about is the interval of 0 to 40. Well, let's take a look at what that means on the graph. That means we're looking at the data from 0, this point here, all the way over until 40. But we're not going to keep going past 40 because it says to stop there. So for this interval, let's look at the points that we have at the beginning and the end of the interval. This point here is just 0, 0, right? The point here, the starting point. And then at the end of our interval, our point is, it tells us here, it's kind of hard to see because the graph is so small. To be exact is tough, but it says use the point 40, 210. So it let us know that when x is 40, then y is 210. Which was nice of them. Alright, so we've got our interval, we've located our endpoints of the interval, and now we need to find what the rate of change is. Well, that happens to just be the slope of the line that goes through these 2 points. If we can calculate the slope of this line, then we will have our rate of change. You may be familiar with m is equal to the slope is equal to rise over run, isn't it? So we could do that. We could count up. How far do we go up? Let's do that. The rise is from 0 to, remember this is the y value, so we go up from 0 up to 210. So that's up 210. And then the run, how far we go side to side from this point to this, we go from 0 to 40. Let's reduce this fraction and make it look a little bit better. We can knock off a 0 here and a 0 here, and then we'll get 21 over 4 is our answer. If we want to write that as a decimal, we could put it in a calculator and we would get 5.25 to get our average rate of change of the population of city B over those years. Alright, I hope this is helpful for you. Thanks.